It's Matt and Ryan back here from the Random Maker. And today we are going to be talking about hearing protection. Why are we doing that, Ryan?
So we can be safe when doing projects and do it properly at the same time.
And of course, Ryan,
I can barely hear you. I've got the hearing protection on.
Let's move on because, Ryan, all kidding aside, one of the biggest things that I know when I worked in the trades, how do you say it? Hearing protection was suggested, recommended, rarely embraced, I think is a good word to say, I think.
Yeah, it was mandatory at the mill that I worked at, but you would see a lot of guys, they would wear headphones and think that that is the same thing, and it is just really not.
What we're going to talk about today is one thing that people find incredibly uncomfortable, but my big advice is once you get in the habit, you've probably seen me wear different types of hearing protection. I purposely here have a bunch of different styles. Actually, I brought it for the video too, to be honest, because I'm down to 2 styles at this point. We're going to start with the most expensive and go backwards. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, let's do that real quick here.
Real quick?
Yeah.
Right now?
Right now.
And the reason we want to do that is I'm going to talk more about the more inexpensive, I'm not going to say cheap, inexpensive options. And the reason for that is very simple. Most of you are going to start with the inexpensive options because that's what I would actually recommend you start with because there's different types of hearing protection. So the most expensive option is these little suckers right here. So Ryan, what do you think these are custom fitted.
Yeah.
What do you think these cost?
I had a pair like that before. I got from Costco, and they were maybe $100. Bucks.
Yep.
Okay, they were much cheaper back in the day, but I'm old, so.
Actually, it's probably, so if you get a pure silicone version, that's $100, sounds about right. The whole thing about these is they have a filter in them. And so what they do, and they have a filter, and machines and human voices have different frequencies. Those frequencies, they've set filters in that, so it lets human voices in. Now, it's not 100%. It's still a little...
Sure. I wouldn't expect you to be able to hear as clear as me, but you could still hear what's going on across the shop.
Yep.
If somebody yelled your name,
easy.
No problem. Here you come.
Like I worked in a sawmill, and actually I could have a conversation with somebody with the machines running full tilt and not take them out.
Nice.
And that is the part, being a trades instructor for me, I don't want to take stuff in and out. Like no. I'm a set and forget type guy when it comes to safety, so I don't forget to put it on.
Sure.
And so this is just easier for me personally. And I'm going to take these out because your voice sounds a little weird with them. It takes a while to get used to. Like I know some guys who get them, hate them at the start because they feel uncomfortable. You have to wear them about a month before it really, you figure out how loud you can talk and all this. But if you're going to be in a shop long term or working with people, highly recommend them. These I would say are out of the range of home hobbyists, but I just wanted to include them in.
Yeah, if you're getting into it, this is it, get something that's going to be worth your while. It'll last you a long time, and it's a good quality.
Well, the only problem with these ones, they do have a lifespan.
Oh.
So each brand has a different lifespan. It's 3 to 5 years.
All right, I have a new recommendation.
These ones I actually use a lot of the time because I usually leave these at work because that's where I use them mainly.
Yeah.
And this particular set are earmuffs, and these, but are you even listening?
I have no idea what you're saying. No, I'm just kidding. I can hear you a little bit, but it certainly is muffled. Yeah. And I feel like I'm yelling, although I'm not sure if I am or not.
You're a little louder. Ryan, here's one thing though. Those do have a lifespan too.
Oh, but I do love these ones though. Yeah. The ones I bought at Costco, couldn't get used to it. These are great. Yeah. On and off too. If you need a break, take a little break here real quick.
Well,
and then right back on for safety.
So here's the thing. So this particular pair is an extra large because this year's been put back together a bit.
Sure.
And so I don't like the cheaper one, the smaller ones there. And so you can get different sizes, different fits. This is what I would recommend because they're big. They don't get lost.
These are good. I got big ears too.
Yep.
And so these really felt good.
And you can get a cheap pair for 15, 20 bucks. I'd recommend a little nicer because if you don't have nice, comfortable safety gear, guess what, Ryan?
What?
You don't wear it.
Yeah.
If it's not comfortable, you're not going to wear it. Really simple. I would recommend this for a beginner woodworker because you can hang it up on the wall. It's there and it's reusable. And in this disposable world, that's why these are my main 2 because those are the 2 ones that are reusable. I recommend for anybody into woodworking, the earmuffs. These here are basically your standard Decibel. And
these ones, honestly, I didn't find that bad. Like when I had to wear other hearing protection.
one of the big things is, before we get into the weeds, because you have to look at what you're going to be needing these hearing protections for, because the damage point for hearing is 86 decibels. Now, that is, we don't have enough time to explain the whole science of it, but what it is 86 decibels. It's not like you hear 86 decibels and you're deaf, because if not, every single person would be deaf from one concert. You have to watch the rating. Now, if you're just doing general woodworking, pretty much anything off the shelf, to be honest, is gonna work. Now, if you're using a grinder, which there is a future video coming on that, yeah, you're using it, don't worry.
Grinding.
That hits way over, but for your standard woodworking, minus, yeah, I'd say for your regular shop, this is all gonna work. Look at the rating on the machines, and they're gonna give different decibel levels. Everything here is cleared for 80, up to 95 decibels is there. Anything over 95, you can do a double up. So like if I'm doing blacksmithing, you're supposed to use, like, I either have to use a Decibel and the headphones, or
your big ones.
Now, Ryan here's already talked about, I call them Decibels. That is a brand name. I don't know what else to call them because everybody just calls it that.
Earplugs.
But all these are,
because it goes in your ear and it really just plugs it right up.
Yeah, but everything's your earplug.
Yeah, but they're all called earplugs.
Fair enough. So the big thing is, these are
Earplugs.
If you buy a box, they're like 5 cents a set. But
yeah, they're cheap.
Here's the problem though. They are officially rated for 1 day use.
Yeah, you throw them out at the end of the day.
I don't like that.
What a waste.
Yeah.
It's 2024, guys.
Yep. Yeah, it's just a waste. So these are your standard. I'm not a big fan of them. I have a pack here and there just for emergency case and all that, or people in my shop, because I don't mind people sharing this, but if my ears are killing me, I need those, so I have some there. But the Decibels, the one thing I don't like about them is if you're crawling around moving, they can get knocked out depending how hard you put them in. And that's the thing. You don't want to drive them down. You just want them in and comfortable. So the next kind of sets are the next step up, which is Decibels, and they have a string to them.
A string.
And so for these, you can put them, what you do is you put them around your neck, and it's the same idea. What you do here is you squeeze them in, put them in your ears, and then you let it expose. So one thing about any of these like expanding style is you want to make sure when you put them in, don't walk into the high noise area. Let them expand. Like the training I did, they said 1 minute before you walked in.
You got to put them in and then make sure that they start expanding, and then you'll hear it. Or sorry, you'll not hear it as it's happening.
I didn't think that hit as hard as you wanted.
It will. It'll not hit. Or not listen. You won't hear it.
No.
You get it though.
Really, Ryan?
Because it expands and it plugs your ears. Because they're ear plugs.
Another inexpensive. These ones, 50 cents to $1, roughly, when I buy these ones, because they have a cord. And some of them claim it's more than one use. Do you really want your dirty hands on these and then going in the ear?
Yeah, and I did actually do that for a bit. I had a set of these and I was like, ooh, I really like this. And then our mill ran out of these ones, and then they only had the ones without the string.
The next style is another reusable type. They come in strings. I've had like this.
It's a classier string, I gotta say.
Well, the first set, so this is the style I started using.
Maybe call that a rope.
Yeah, it was a rope, but it actually has like a hard, like a sunglass thing, just like these.
Okay.
And so these ones are more reusable because it's a harder plastic. Every company is going to give make sure you read the directions, make sure that you are within their lifespan. But these ones, you can wash them, and same idea. And these ones, because they don't want to cause, so if it's a harder plastic, you can cause a seal. And so they actually have pressure vents to make sure. I'm not a fan of these, that's why. But the nice thing about these, if you take a look, it's got a nice little insert. And then also, there are just in general different styles. What we have here is a variety pack from a company, just to show the different styles.
Send us a sampler pack of these guys.
Hey, I'll take any free stuff, let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
But
hey, Howard, give us a call.
You know what, I'm gonna leave it in because they make good quality stuff.
Yeah.
There are different styles, and the biggest thing I want to say is don't disregard hearing protection.
I had a woodworker uncle, my Uncle Bill.
Mm-hmm.
He used to build his own model planes.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Every time I went to his house, went down to his shop, Hey, Uncle Bill.
What?
Bill. No, he wouldn't say anything.
Oh.
Because he could not hear anything.
Well, and the bigger thing is, I like music.
Sure.
I
want to
like,
be able to hear it later on in life? Yeah.
Exactly. So, and a lot of people are, it's uncomfortable, it's inconvenient. If it's the first time you wear it.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, not going to disagree.
How about this? You got to take the steps to protect yourself because you are the most important person in your life.
Oh, now you're going sappy.
Well, that's the truth, my friends.
All right. Well, so I think that's all we're really going to talk about hearing protection.
Yeah, I've heard enough.
So just a couple key points to make sure you remember. Number one, check the rating on the machines for the decibels because we didn't go into huge depth, but that's a big thing. See how loud the machines are. See what your hearing protection is rated for. And then at that point, wear the proper hearing protection that is comfortable for you, that is rated properly, and wear it properly. As you can see, Ryan is kind of ignoring us for, I don't even know why at this point. He's just doing Ryan, being Ryan. Pick your word.
Are we still doing the earplug one or are we done yet?
All right, I guess we should wrap this up. This is Matt from The Random Maker and Ryan. And, you know, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see Ryan use random tools, give us some suggestions. Put it in the comments below. If you want to see more adventures with Ryan and tools, which I still can't believe I agreed to this, hit the subscribe button if you want to see every video we have. And as I always like to end every video, until next time, let's get making.